Good evening and welcome to my live stream. Fight CPS and stop taking our children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and it's a warm welcome. Today is the 8th of October, 2025. And there's some good news. It looks like the war in Gaza is going to be over. I know I'm pretty much premature, but phase one of the peace talks has been completed. And so I'm excited because I hope no more children are being killed. I think it's the hardest thing to ever deal with is to watch children. And that's what this whole live stream is about, is dealing with an agency that is destroying our families. Yeah, I'm talking about the child protection system. It's found in every county in every state and worldwide. Now, in 1962, Congress passed an act that directed social services to put a group of social workers together to protect our children from neglect and abuse. But also, they're supposed to do family reunification. Instead, 50% of the CPS entities are rogue. They're bad. They're corrupt. And never is more shown than a woman today named um, Bartley from Montana, who lives in a small town and has been taken advantage of so much. And I'll get into her story a little bit here. I want to thank you, Cynthia Livingston from Los Angeles, California, for being in the room. Thank you for joining us. I'm here because I care, because I too was a victim of CPS. And Margaret King, God bless you. Thank you for the love, the emoji of love. Margaret King is a regular family member. She's from Kern County, California. She's hired Vincent Davis, my attorney, who's representing her and helping her get her kids back. There's so many of you I have to think about. They're trying to get your kids back, and that's why I'm here. I too was a victim of CPS, along with the over 2,800 people I've talked to on this live stream for the last 24 months. This marks my 25th month, October. And I started this back in 23 of October. And every week there's 14 live streams that take place. And then week by week, month by month, year by year, I come on and talk for an hour. And I try to inform you and educate you and help you with your CPS matter. Now, this is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. For educational purposes only. And if you want legal advice, I want you to call my attorney, Vincent W. Davis, at 888-888-6582. That's the law offices. And you're going to speak to reception, tell them that Bob Pace sent you. But I can tell you, I've been fighting CPS in 2000. Vincent did get back my children. My children were stolen, trafficked into foster care, and abused while in the foster care system. I know this firsthand, so I can talk about it. I was completely ignored. And they just went ahead and just tried to say things that weren't true. I didn't realize it was all about money. That's what CPS is in here for. It isn't because they care about families or children or want to do family reunification. Studies have shown that best parents are the biological parents. So if they need to break a family up, they need to put the family back together. And parents can take parenting classes and programs and maybe fix some of the things that are wrong. But a lot of parents are nothing wrong except they're low income. They didn't have money to fight a good attorney. CPS has the best attorneys in the world. And now I've watched a young woman be completely destroyed by the events that's taken place in her town. My heart goes out to Bartley. She's an older woman now, but when she was 12 years old, her mom started giving her drugs. They gave her meth. I guess it's a high that makes you talk better or maybe more wide awake or something. I don't know. I never did drugs. I stayed away from drugs. Drugs to me and sports didn't mix. Um, I love sports. And I learned in middle school, what was called junior high in my day, that drugs were bad for you, especially illegal drugs like LSD and cocaine and meth and marijuana, pot, weed, uppers and downers. I mean, I just, it's gotten so bad that the latest drug that the cartel are bringing into the United States, a couple grams of the medicine is fentanyl, can kill you. There are people that tell you that they never made it to their graduation because they took fentanyl. Now we have an agency that's supposed to help out families and help out children. Instead, they're abusing families. Now, this is a live stream, meaning that you can interact. There's lots of ways you can interact with this live stream. Lots of ways. Now, if you want that legal advice, you call into that number, 888-888-6582. When you speak to reception, tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And then you can talk to Vincent Davis. You can hire Vincent Davis. Now, there's lots of ways you can talk to Vincent Davis or get legal advice. All you have to do is that if you want to hear from him, you can pay a small amount of money to have him text you. He charges $15 for a private call from attorney Vincent Davis. He'll text you for $10. And if you want to be on his show for 30 minutes, it's only $25. You send the money to several of these applications, Cash App, Apple Pay, or Zella. The phone number is 310-308-7758. It's scrolling across the bottom. So if you want to text or receive a text from Mr. Davis, you pay $10 for a private text reply from Attorney Davis. You pay $10 for a private call from Attorney Vincent Davis. And you pay $25 for a chance to be a guest on his 30-minute live show with him. You send it via Cash App, Apple Pay, or Zella to 310-308-7758. Make sure when you call in that you tell them that Bob Pace sent you. And make sure if you speak to Mr. Davis, you tell them that Bob Pace sent you. Now, we have some more people that have come in. And I'm so glad they hear from all these other people here. Akima Richardson is from New York, the crazy state of New York. She's from Brooklyn, New York. She's also known as KK Richardson. And um, Cynthia is from Los Angeles. She's an old time regular. She once had Mr. Davis help her. But Akima has a terrible case. And she says, hello, all the parents, and keep writing. Well, I got some news to tell you, Akima. Bartley had a terrible time in court yesterday. They're so bad in Montana that they just ruined her. You know, Bartley, as I told you earlier, was involved in drugs because of her mother. At age 12, she was fed meth along with her brothers and sisters. She was told how to steal to support their habit. At 16, she got pregnant. She thought she loved the guy and so forth. So she had her daughter. Then later in life, 5, 6 years ago, she met this guy who was a year younger than him, but he's a truck driver now, and he raped her. And she did not want abortion, so she had the boy, her son. But anyway, that was taken from her. And now this biological man has come back into her life that wants to coerce her to be his wife, and he'll get the son back. He has the money. He's trying to drag her. Meanwhile, she fell in love with another man, and this other man is a stepfather to her son, and that's where his son is staying part-time with him, and she gets to see him. But she doesn't understand the system, and all she can afford is a court-appointed attorney who's done nothing for her. Done nothing. Court-appointed attorneys are bad news. Anyway, she had status hearing, and they didn't really talk about her reunification or her son, and it's terrible. And thank you, Akima, for your great encouragement to keep fighting. Akima has a show on Monday nights in New York live. She comes on at 8 o'clock her time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Tessa's been on before. Hello, Tessa. I'm glad to see you again. My problem is I now forgot where you're from, Tessa. So it's so good to see you. And Cynthia is a prayer warrior and has had help from Vincent Davis. And Mr. Davis is the real deal. I could be a guest on Monday night on your show, Akima. That'd be honorable if you asked me. What particular Monday night are you talking about, Akima? So I can look at my calendar here. Hello, Bartley. Welcome. This is the wonderful woman I was telling you guys about. Bartley is a remarkable mother. She's had 2 children, a daughter and a young son. Kima says, hi, Bartley. And Akima has asked if Bartley you want to be a guest on her show on Monday night. That'd be great. She needs all the help, Akima, and Bartley can explain to it. And she said that she would. That'd be honor for me as well as Bob. Any Monday night that is good for you. Well, Monday, which is the 13th, is the anniversary of the United States Navy 250 years that started in October 13th, 1776. And on that day, um, it's also called Columbus Day, even though Columbus didn't discover America. The Native American Indians discovered America, and the Vikings were next, long before the other Europeans. I have next Monday open if you want me to come on at 5 o'clock, because my show won't start till 7 o'clock. That'd be 8 o'clock your time. Is that what you're talking about, Akima? Would next Monday be okay? Can I lock me in and you give me the link? So Bartley has agreed to it. I've agreed to it. Thank you, Cynthia. Well, Bartley already beat you to the punch for this Monday. Oh, I'm so sorry, Akeem. I misunderstood you. Um, so I guess what we need to do is to Akima says for Bartley to reach out to Grace, but Grace no longer takes direct emails. So you're going to have to email Akima, and Akima will contact Grace. Just like she has with me, I no longer have people contact Grace. They have to come to me to be set up. What you need to do, Akima, is put your email so that Bartley can email you. And that way you can notify Grace. You can notify Grace. And Akima says Cynthia be a guest too. That's great, Akima. What you can do is you can contact Grace and mention that Bartley 54 from Montana and Bob Pace, the CPS host on his live stream every day of the week, every night of the week, would love to be on your show. All I need is a link to your show. Yep. So, Bartley, any more news you want to share with the people in this room? Any more news? Okay. I had to email my show producer, Grace. So I was sending her a message there. Um, Besides Margaret King, I want to thank John Reed for the love emoji. Thank you. Also, the thumbs up from John Reed. I have no idea where you're from, but thank you. Um, Good message, Akima. Definitely, we are all going to make it united. We stand. Divided, we fall. Pass the message and never stop the fight. I agree with you, Akima. Bartley says, the judge says I have supervised and unsupervised visits. And her step dad of her son was going to bring him over after school. But before that happened, I got a text from the stepdad. Uh, I got a tip from the stepdad, and he said that the social worker who was who was she told me Friday she was going to be out all next week, which is the week we're on. She wasn't there for the status hearing. Yesterday, it was the supervisor from Montana that filled in. Okay. Um, Kima, I understood you meant to say we'll never stop the fight. That's true. Now, Kima says if you have unsupervised and supervised visits, CPS categorizes them as a sandwich visit. I never heard the word that, boy, but thank you, Akima. Barley says, but then she tells the stepdad, that's not true. I'm only getting supervised visits. What did the judge tell you, Bartley? You got to follow the judge. But let's remember she's on training this week. That's her social worker that was missing the status hearing. Akima says, if you notice, Bartley 54 are or caseworkers or social workers seem to have training when things are over are are time sensitive for the parents. Yeah, they do seem to do that. And they constantly lie. I agree with you, Bartley. You have to stick with what the judge has told you. They like to divide. Yes, they do at that. And Kima says they're all liars. They lie about everything, but there's a strike rule is going to work for a parent like us who have been separated and severed from our children for $8. Wow. What does sandwich visits mean? I don't know, Bartley. That's something Akima uses. He says that social workers do too. Then Akima says they must abide by what is written, that they do not get a chance. That's sort of an act of parental alienation and custodian interference. I agree, Akima. Oh, Rocky. Rocky is from New York. Rocky has a son. Excuse me. Rocky has a brother who's he helping fight a terrible case of wrongdoing by CPS in the state of Virginia. I'm not ignoring you, Cynthia, but thank you for all the different messages here. Yes, Rocky says they are diversive. Yes, I agree with you, Rocky. Akima, these social workers make up their own terms, and because some of us parents do not have the knowledge or the support for the just telling us anything. I agree, Akima. A sandwich visit is when one supervisor and one not supervisor. So it's like having a sandwich with meat and cheese and then having a sandwich with no bread. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Rocky says, uh, he just did, Rocky. He explained a sandwich visit. That's what it says. One is like having a sandwich with meat and cheese, the other is with no bread. Now, okay, Kima says I just did, Rocket Man. Um, he's not actually I mean, I just call him Rocky. That's the easiest way to call him. He's from New York, and he's really been hurt by CPS. His brother's really been hurt too. Yep, your brother had both. Okay, all right, okay. Now, oh, I forgot to put my banner up. If you want to text a message, all I want you to do is read that and text me a message. Make sure you put your first name and your location. If you're out of the state of the United States, put your country. Now, you can all read the banner, it's right there below my mouth. And that's how you text a message in. So please follow it. Now, besides text a message, you can also be a guest on my live stream. To be a guest on my live stream is all you have to do is email me. There's my email address. Pick one of my 14 shows. I'm on every night at 7 p.m. And then in the morning, I'm on at 10 o'clock weekdays and 8 o'clock weekends. Those times are given to you in Pacific Standard Time, the West Coast of California. The time moves ahead as you go east. Mountain Time is 1 hour ahead, like Montana. Central Time is 2 hours ahead, like Texas. And Eastern Time is 3 hours ahead, like Ohio. Then we go to United Kingdom, which is 8 hours ahead. Europe is 9 hours ahead, and Africa is 9 hours ahead. That's how you can tell the time. Now, when you send an email to Bob P that you want to be on my live stream, I will then forward an email to Grace, who will then send you the link. And the link will be to get on the browser, and it'll be a link to StreamYard. StreamYard is the application I use, and StreamYard uses YouTube to transmit. Rules are simple. We have no profanity on the show. We respect one another. We do not eat or smoke on the show. We do not use the names of children, um, judges, or social workers. Lastly, I put my number up. You can call me right now, 626-698-0990. Akima, if you want to call me, my phone's available. Bartley, my phone's available. Um, Rocky, you can call me too. Any of you that want to call me can do so. Good evening, Akima, and welcome to my live stream. And it's good to hear your voice.
Hi to the parents in the room.
All right, they hear you.
So can I give you guys a little bit of an update?
I would love to hear an update.
Okay, so like I said before, I was found guilty of neglect in the fact-finding trial, and there were things outlined that I was supposed to do on the disposition.
Okay.
And there were 5 things, and 4 of those things I was already doing. The only thing I did not do at that time was sign a HIPAA release, and I did that only to find out that these people have allowed the foster parent to do things that she's not authorized to do, such as mental health services. She signed a consent for my children to get mental health treatment for over a year.
Did you still have your medical rights still to your child, or did they take away?
I have all my parental rights: medical, mental health, educational, and religious.
Okay.
So I know in New York City, a foster parent cannot give authorization for therapeutic service. And this is now a problem with the Office of Mental Health and these clinicians and their Hippocratic oath that they have violated. So now it's a little bit bigger than just, signing a form. This right here is unlawful and definitely a violation of my constitutional rights. So because my children called this foster parent grandma, which is not, suitable, a child should not be giving a foster parent any other title than, either their name or something close to it. But if they're not kinship, there should not be any other title outlined that these parents feel like they have the authority to do things that are not lawful. So, I just feel like CPS gives these representatives, such as foster parents or social workers, way too much access and authority to do things that the judge has not ordered. And the things that have been ordered, these people don't abide by. So, in my case, we don't go back to court until December 1st. And at that time, they will try to have to petition them for the termination of parental rights heard. But I have asked for an expedited ICPC back in July. And this foster care agency failed to explore the people that have been already cleared because they don't want to lose the funding. So they have restricted, any type of communication as far as education and medical with these, these clinicians and these, teachers or administrative faculty. And then I have to take home in San Diego to get access. But these people have falsified documents. They have brainwashed my children. They have failed to honor things that were written in the court order. I was supposed to have family didactics.
Right. You might want to explain to what ICPC is. A lot of our listeners may not know what that stands for. Go ahead.
Sure, Bob. Sorry. An ICPC is an interstate compact for the placement of children, which allows children to go from one state to the other if the other state accepts them. And the problem with those things, just for my state alone, I know, in New York, these people do not want to lose the funding. So they would rather place a child in a foster home than to put them with relatives. And even though my relatives that have been explored have been cleared, one is a doctor of education, the other is a sheriff, and the other one is military. These people have no criminal background, no reason to have any red flag surface, and they have fingerprints in the state. So there should be no reason that this transfer is literally dragging its feet. Because expedited is actually what it means, expedited. 30 days maximum in New York City. Weekends included. So if I asked for this expedited ICPC back in July, there was no reason why. The most recent court case was September 11th, and it was only for 30 minutes. It was brought up then, and it had not even been initiated, Bob. It was not initiated until September 22nd.
Now, this ICPC, what was the purpose? To have the children be placed with relatives in another state?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were going further south.
And why did they drag it out from July to September? Why did they drag it out?
Because they kept saying I never requested see, the good thing about New York is it's a one-party state, which means I can record anyone without knowledge as long as one person is privileged to the conversation, and that would be me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Okay.
because I have these people, yeah, in New York City, this is a one-party recording state, unless the policy outline has a disclaimer that states otherwise.
All right.
So when I was able to get this audio recording admitted as evidence for failure to comply with the order, the contempt order was applied. Contempt action was applied, but where's the reprimand? Because it's not like the worker was fired or removed. The worker got a slap on the wrist, vacation for 2 days because you still got paid for work you did not provide, and I'm still not getting what I requested, which is my right. They have violated my due process. They have, interfered tremendously with the parenting time to the point where they severed all my communication. And now I just find out I did get something positive, but it kind of flipped around and turned around to bite me in the behind. Because I got a Zoom collateral session with my daughter and her therapist, which was suggested on the last court order if the clinicians agreed to it, and they did. I had this session with my daughter and her therapist, and the session was like 14 minutes and 17 seconds. And for the first 6 minutes and 8 seconds, the meeting was going great until my daughter kind of veered over to the right. And then all of these out of the way questions came in. And then it became, I don't want to see you anymore. I don't want to live with you. You take us away from everyone we love. And she's watching my podcast on Monday night. And my daughter is 12. So that's why I asked the room, do they think it is adequate guardianship or supervision if a child under the age of 13 is watching these live streams?
She's watching you do your show is what she's doing?
Absolutely. Because she asked me about it and then pretended to look for the song Manic Monday. So it's just like, my children are interacting with my ex-husband who has a full order protection and was with my children physically on my daughter's birthday in June. And he lives in another state, and on parole, you have to have permission. And he didn't have permission to come to this state. Nor did CPS know that he was physically with the children because there's a stay-away order. So I ask again, is that adequate supervision? That's what I'm, these people don't do what is ordered, but they definitely do what they want to.
I see. Now, Akima, do you know your chances of getting the termination of your rights to your children appealed, or what do you think you're going to go on that matter?
Well, if they are terminated, I will definitely.
Well, I know you definitely appeal, but I'm saying before that, is there a chance they'll drop that, or they want to end reunification?
No, they're still pursuing that, even with the ICPC, admitted, or I should say, submitted. The ICPC, like I said, was submitted September 22nd, but we go back to court in December, and hopefully the ICPC will be processed before that. But at the rate they're going, I seriously doubt it, because it's like they're asking me for social security cards to put with this package, and this is not my first go around, boss, and they've never asked for any social security cards.
Wow.
So I asked the worker to send me the correspondence that coincides with what they're asking for, and he could not. So I'm a little confused about why you think I'm just going to release information like that.
Well, can't you go to Social Security and request your children's Social Security cards?
No, I have their cards.
Oh.
But CPS is asking me for them to put in the packet for the ICPC, which is not part of the checklist.
Well, can't you give them copies?
Why would I give it to them at all when it's not a necessity on the checklist? They want them for other things.
Oh, so maybe they can take funds from your retirement.
Exactly.
Mm.
Now we're on the same page.
Yeah, they
I was
do.
told the foster parent wanted to open a bank account. You cannot do that either with my rights intact in New York City.
Right, right,
And you cannot open a bank account without a social security card.
right.
So, it's just I'm getting a new worker. This will be my sixth worker, and I always seem to get a worker either 30 to 90 days before the next court date. So they're not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So I also found out that in New York City, the prudent parent standard is not it's not able to be acted upon if there is no backup for the foster parent and there is no respite established for the children.
Mm-hmm.
So this was done 2 or 3 times already, and the place that the foster parent has taken my child or children to, it's the same place I'm asking for the children to be placed
Uh-huh.
with family, but nobody's listening to that. So I mean, I don't know where to go from here. I'm trying to remain calm, but it's like everyone that should not have access seems to keep getting access, and these people cannot even clear based on their background.
Right.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not a well-seasoned attorney. I'm not a practicing attorney, but I do have a legal degree.
Right.
And based on, all the advice I've gotten from Mr. Davis, based on me just reading case law and looking up various things and speaking to other, representatives or, lawyers, a lot of things are not going right. They are not following these things. And this new 3-strike law that's coming into play, I hope this law gets passed because we as parents deserve this, and this corruption has been going on for way too long.
Right.
We have 62 parents that have killed themselves this year.
Right.
So, these people are destroying families for money. These people are losing their lives. They're fighting with everything they have, and they are giving up because everybody is not as strong. So, parents, just never stop fighting. We have your back. We have to stick together.
Right. Right.
But, it's just very unfair to these children because you never get the same child back. You never get the same child back. And just when you try to, get some type of stability and connection, they do something else and just sever the relationship that you're trying to mend that they snatched and broke to start with. That is the definition of insanity. It's unfair to these children. It's unfair to these parents. It's unfair to these families.
Mm-hmm.
Because parents are not the only ones that lose out. You have siblings. You have aunts and uncles. You have grandparents.
Now, did you pick up on what's happened?
Kidnapping is insane.
Right. Did you pick up what's happened to Bartley?
Yes, and that's why I want her to come on because I've heard a little bit of her story, but I would love for her to go in depth.
Okay.
And definitely let parents know these things are unfair. The upbringing and the trauma that we go through sometimes as parents, and I can identify with Bartley. And my heart goes out to her.
Right.
These things need to be talked about because as long as we keep secrets, generational cycles of trauma will continue, and it will never make change.
Right. Now
never be embarrassed.
Right now.
Get ahead of the downfall and stand firm.
Now right. You've said to me to be on your show on the 13th of this month, Monday. Now,
you guys should come on together.
Great, that's no problem. But did you know that Grace now requests that you get the email from your constituents?
So I would have to get email. They would have to give me their email. They would have to send me their information. But I did send her an email right before I called you.
Okay. Yeah, I
just
just
to let
sent
her know that I
I
wanted
just
to
sent
have her
her
updated some
a
more.
request for her, but the way she works it now with me is that if anybody wants to be a guest on my show, they have to write me an email at bobp
Okay.
at vincentwdavis.com. And then what I do is I
Okay.
take that and I send it to Grace, my show producer, send her an email and say these people want to be on. And then they send that person a link to get on the show.
Oh, okay. So I don't have. Do I just send Grace my regular email? Because I don't have a Mr. Davis email. Like I don't have a
Oh, you're not
Mr.
on
Davis
Mr.
email.
Davis's list. Oh boy. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I am.
How
Maybe
do
I
you
am.
how do you
I have to
contact
do the
Grace
question.
then? How do you contact Grace or how she contact you?
I do it like via Facebook Messenger.
Oh, okay. Well, Grace contacts me. She has both my personal email and my law office email with Vincent Davis. And then she has both my
Oh.
real number and my work number. She has both numbers. So,
Well, she has my number. She has my regular phone number, but I know
right.
she's like 12 hours. She's like
Well,
a half
I
day
can
ahead of
send
us.
her a request that Akima's invited me to be on the show and I'd like to be on her show. Could you send me the link to get on Akima's show?
That would work. Thank you, Bob. That you rock.
And I
That
have
would
put
work.
it on my calendar for the 13th. That's what I'm making sure here.
That's perfect. You too, Berkeley 54. I'd love for you guys to come on together.
Now,
Yes. We got silent. Bob?
yeah, I'm texting it. I'm putting it in my calendar.
Oh, God bless you too, Berkeley 54.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump off because it's like 10:30 here.
Right. I just want to
And
double
I will
check it.
definitely still be
It's
listening.
5 a.m., right? 5 p.m.
No, it's 5 p.m. for you guys. It's 8
Right.
p.m. for me.
Right. Understood. Understood.
So Barkley asked if you could give me her phone number. So just text it to me, Bob.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm right
You have,
now.
you have my number.
Yeah, I
Okay,
do.
you
I
have my
do.
number. And Barkley, I will touch base with you after Bob's show because I'm still listening as I'm trying to straighten up and get ready for bed.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Akima, for
And thank
calling
you
in.
guys. Remember, parents, keep fighting. Keep fighting. Innocence is worth it.
I agree. I
And you guys
agree.
have a great night. I'll be listening, Bob.
Okay. Thank you, Akima, for calling
All
in.
right. Good
God
night.
bless you. Yep. Good night.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Uh, All right, let me catch up. That was KK Richardson. She has a show on Monday night, 8 p.m. her time on the East Coast, 5 p.m. the West Coast time. Now, Rocky says the New York protesters are protesting no due process against ICE, but they're ignoring American citizens who are denied due process. Well, I understand, Rocky, but right now we need to talk about CPS. I know that you may want to talk about other issues, but we need to sit there with the CPS. Now Bartley says, "God bless you, Akima and Bob. Can you give her my private phone number?" I just gave you Akima's number to you, Bartley. I'll forward your number to her too. And again, I hope you're feeling better today. And I guess the CPS Nelson County, Virginia is corrupt. All right. I agree, Randy Rocky. For CPS, therapy sessions have to be neutral. Yes, we can talk in the morning, Bartley. I'll be on tomorrow morning. That's Thursday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. I know it's been a hard day. I know it has. Hello, Desiree. It's good to hear from you. Desiree is from Santa Ana, California. She has two cases, one in Riverside and one in San Bernardino. Welcome, Desiree. And what can I do for you? Yes, you're on Mountain Time. You're 1 hour ahead of me, and you're 2 hours behind Akima. No due process with CPS. I agree there. You hit the button on the head there, Rocky. Akima says you're definitely right, Rocky man. All right. Bob, send me Bartley's information. I did, but I have two numbers for you, um, Akima. Hopefully, the first number was the right number, and I have two numbers for Bartley too. So hopefully, I'm sending out the right numbers. Hopefully, I'm sending out the right numbers. Now we're pretty much done with my show. My show ends at 8 o'clock. It's 8:02 right now, and I do need to have to go. Okay, either number is fine. All right, that's good, Akima. But I want to thank Akima Richardson, who's like me, does a CPS host on her live stream on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This Monday, Bartley and myself will be on Akima's show Monday at 5. And so I thank you. Rocky, thank you for all your encouragement and advice there. Rocky is from New York. Bartley is from Montana. Thank you, Bartley. And Desiree, who's called in at 8 o'clock, right when I'm going off. Desiree, I'll be available tomorrow if you want to talk at 10 o'clock in the morning. Call me at 10:15 tomorrow morning. Okay. $17.10. Three. Oh, okay. So she has another number that is. I'm trying to send it to the right person. Okay, I just sent it to you, KK. So Bartley and KK, I've now done it to both of you. So I've done that. Now, there may be a change my times Friday. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll let you know. But anyway, Desiree, I'm glad you come in here. And Bartley from Montana, please get some rest. I've already thanked Rocky, Bartley. Oh, Cynthia Livingston from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for all your blessings. Thank you very, very much. And your support of me and Mr. Davis. And Miss Martin from San Jose, I got parental rights. I don't know if you got them terminated, Miss Martin, but I would like to hear from you. Oh boy. Good evening, Desiree. This is Bob Pace on live stream. You reached me after my 8 o'clock show, so you'll have to talk to me in the morning. I'm on from 7 p.m. to 8. From 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. on weekdays, and from on the weekends 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the weekends, and then the evening I'm on from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So I look forward.
I wrote it down.
That's right.
But I mean, I'm busy because of the baby's court.
I understand. We can talk tomorrow morning at 10:15, but I do have to go. I'm just ready to sign off.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, no
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you. Okay. Let me see. We thanked Cynthia. And we thanked everybody so far, Bartley and Akima. And I think I got everybody here covered. There's only one person tonight from San Jose that texted in but stopped texting. I don't know what happened to her, but I'd love to help you from San Jose. That was Miss Martin, and she's from California in San Jose. And she said something about her parental rights. I don't know if it was terminated or what happened, but I'd like to help you. You can call me again tomorrow. Now, I'm going to take my phone number down because I've really gone over my time. I'm going to put the Department of Government Efficiency. That's the federal. Now, when you protest or have a problem with your CPS case, you can try to work it out with your supervisor or manager of your case, or even the director of CPS in that county. If that doesn't work out, you go to the state and talk to the civil rights coordinator, or you can talk to the ombudsperson. If that doesn't work, you go to the federal government and talk to the government efficiency, Department of Government Efficiency. They have a website, it's very informative. And it is a real working website that we can offer you a job there. There's 2 phone numbers you can call. They're working numbers. 202 is the White House. And you can email to doge@themail.house.gov all your complaints and stuff and try to work it out there. We need to fight for our children and just be prepared that CPS is a tough cookie to break. Very, very, very tough cookie to break. So I want to thank you all. And I'm so sorry that Desiree, that I couldn't really talk to you, but I'm well after my time there. And so, again, thank you all for listening. There'll be a brief video after my stream is ended. Please do not stop fighting for your child. God bless you. And this is Bob Pace signing off. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last